This is exactly how I made over $500 while in school, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to do the exact same thing. So let's get straight to it. So I know most of you guys watching me are probably in school. Even if you're not in school, just go ahead and watch this video, because one day when you have kids, you might want to put your kids up for success. So for anyone who's in school right now, I know school is kind of opening back up again. I honestly don't even know what's happening in the world because I don't even care. But I'm pretty sure school is opening back up. A lot of you guys that go to school have already started, and you're probably in physical school. So this is peak time to do what I'm about to tell you guys in this video, because this does require you to be in physical school, and you might as well take advantage of this opportunity while it's still here, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if physical school is gonna last forever. With the way the world's going, the last time I checked, I'm not gonna say too much, but let's get straight to it. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly the technique that I use, because I did graduate. So I wanted to pass down the flame and all the knowledge that I've learned and accumulated over my times in high school, so to one of you guys, so the tradition can keep going. So let's get straight to it. Before I start this, well, the technique I'm going to tell you guys to make a lot of potentially a lot of money. You could potentially make even more money than I made, because I wasn't hustling as hard as I could have. I'll just say that I could have made way more. I could have made way over $1,000, but I was just taking it easy. I was taking the cooler route. If you're really trying to get as much money as possible, you can easily make more than $1,000. But all right, so quick disclaimer: this technique is going to require you to at least have $1 in advance. Now, if you don't have at least $1, I got you. Here's a couple things you could do. You can either ask your parents to be like, "Hey, mom, I know I'm butt cheeks ugly right now, and I need a quick couple bucks. So can you please help me out and invest in my business idea, because I'm about to make a come up." And if they don't see your full potential, if they don't believe in you, all right, cool. Then you could go to plan B, which is you could offer them to do something strange for a piece of change. You could be like, maybe I could clean this, sweep that, mow the lawn. And if they still don't see it, all right, cool. Go to plan C, ask a friend. And if you have no friends, you could easily go to walking down the streets and trying to find $1 that someone might have dropped. And if that doesn't work, worst comes to worst, you could always put on some black Air Forces and do what you gotta do. But once you acquire at least $1, now is when the fun begins. So basically, next time you go to the store, or if you live walking distance to a store, or maybe bike ride if you have to, bus ride, whatever teleport, whatever transportation gets you to the store, go ahead and buy you some snacks. Now, that's the technique right there. Go ahead and buy you some snacks, the most popular trending snacks in your school: Cheetos, Takis, soda, Coke, Sprite, Pepsi, Orange Cola, M&Ms, just to name a few. And basically, you're gonna buy the bulk of those, because that's how you get the most bang for your buck. Don't buy the singulars. Don't buy the little singles that you see when you're about to check out. Buy it in bulk. Find the bulk items. You know, the little share bags of chips. I know you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, do some research. But don't buy the singulars, because that's how you get scammed. That's how you make zero profit. That's actually how you end up in debt. And then you're going to be over here asking for a loan, and no one's going to give it to you. So basically, buy it in bulk, because that's how you actually make a profit. You don't buy it in bulk, then you're not going to make a profit unless you're actually scamming people. So buy every popular brand you can think of. Don't buy the cheap stuff. Don't buy the stuff no one's never heard of, because at that point, they're just going to go to the vending machine. So after you buy after you have all your produce, if you only have $1 to start up with, buy something that's like 50 cents, and then just keep flipping until you can buy the bulk. And then once you have all the bulks that you have, then that's when you figure out your pricing. All right, so your school probably has a vending machine. Figure out what they're selling. If you can, try to find stuff that the vending machines don't have, so then there's literally no supply for your items, so then the students have to come to you in order to get that thing. So that's what I did. My vending machines were pretty whack, didn't have much, so I just supplied them with what they didn't have. You know, my vending machine had no Sprite, so guess who had the Sprite on deck? So now you gotta find out the prices. Now, chances are I charged about, those little small bag of chips, I had like a couple bites in them. I charged about, I don't know, $1.50 for those, at least $1.25. You might want to end up rounding it up to the nearest dollar, because not that many people keep loose change, especially nowadays. But also, when you really start making it big, you might want to invest in one of the card swipers that get attached to your phone, because I can't tell you guys how much potential customers I missed out on because they didn't have cash, because they're losers and all they had was a damn swiper. So, but now let's get straight to it. Basically, once you figure out your prices, once you got the supply, now it's time to go out and hustle. So the best time that I made the most profit was during lunch. Everyone's hungry, everyone's free roaming around looking for the nearest snack they can sink their teeth into. Now is really when you're going to go for it. You got to figure out who you're going to sell to, when you're going to sell it, how you're going to do it. So basically, to give you guys an example, I carried around a full-on duffel bag, And I was on the big leagues, so I had to have a humongous supply. So I had it all. I was basically the walking vending machine, and I really just had a full-on duffel bag full of snacks. And surprisingly, I think this is illegal in some schools to sell snacks, but surprisingly, I never got caught lacking. Everyone just assumed that I was playing sports, so they assumed the black guy was just playing sports. So no one ever asked what was in my bag. I could have really had some stuff in there, and they would have never asked. But basically, if you're starting off small, you don't need a whole-on duffel bag. You can just shove it in your backpack along with your binder, and you can just hand out chips. Start off with just your friends, to get warmed up, get loosened up, get lubed up a bit, and then you could really elevate to the big leagues where I was, making that big bucks. Now, if you really want to take it to the next level, you could turn into a full-on business, and you could literally hire employees. Now, I didn't do this because I wasn't trying to end up getting stabbed in the back. I was riding dirty solo, and I really just wanted to keep it that way because I can't rely on people. People might get money hungry, and then you try to find out who your real friends were. So I was just not even going to take the chance, and I was just going to keep it solo pushing because at the end of the day, they probably would have got me caught lacking. They probably would have sunk the whole ship. They probably would have tried to sell to a teacher, and then the whole operation would have got caught lacking because I know they would have snitched on me. So basically, I just never did that. But if you got some close friends that you can trust on, then go ahead and try to expand the business. Be like, oh yeah, every sale you make, I'll give you 25%, yada, yada, yada. And basically, that's how you can really start flipping and elevating. So to recap, basically, to make money in school, buy snacks for cheap, sell them for a profit, and that's really all it takes. As long as you can buy snacks, sell them, boom, you can make an extreme amount of profit. The sky is the limit when it really comes to this operation because you can make so much money off of this, especially if you live in the rich white neighborhoods and go to school there. Because every time you open up a bag of chips during class, every student and their mom and even the teacher literally flocks to you like some vultures. And it's really just, you might as well just be making profit while they're flocking to you. So start getting the name out there. And if you're one of those kids that are shy and that don't want to approach new people, this is really just a great opportunity for you to really lube yourself up and warm up to new people and to really expand your social skills, because that is one thing that this does require, some social skills, because if no one knows that you're selling snacks, how do you expect to make a profit? A good way you can market yourself is maybe you could open up a bag of chips, and then when someone asks, hey, can I get something, be like $5. That's a cool little way you can get some exposure. But really, you're gonna have to go out and talk to new people, so this really helps expand your social skills. And the best time to start selling is during lunch, because depending on how strict your teacher is, they might not tolerate you trying to sell stuff. And listen, if you're scared of rejection, the worst that can happen is they say, no, get out of my face, I don't want to buy your snacks, you're trying to rip me off and scam me. And at that point, you could be like, all right, kudos, you're spot on, you're correct, and then just walk away, because at that point he saw straight through your scam. But it's okay, because the next person probably won't. So you can make so much money off of this. And when you end up becoming the next multi-billionaire, make sure to split me half for putting you on, and don't forget to say thank you. And I love and appreciate every last one of you guys. If you're in school, go test this out, because I made a lot of money off of this. I love you guys. Let's get it. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the next video. Caw-caw!